I didn't quit scrolling because I was disciplined. I quit because one night I realized I couldn't remember how I'd spent the last 3 hours. I was lying on my bed, phone above my face, thumb moving without permission. Video after video. Jokes I forgot instantly. Opinions I didn't ask for. People arguing about things that didn't touch my life at all. When the screen finally went dark, there was this dull pressure in my head, like I'd been chewing on noise. I told myself I was relaxing. Everyone does this. It's normal. But the next morning, the same thing happened, and the next, and the next. Scrolling became the space between everything. Between waking up and getting out of bed. Between meals. Between thoughts. It didn't feel dramatic. That was the problem. It felt invisible. I still got things done. I still laughed. I still talked to people. But something underneath felt thinner. Like my attention had been stretched too far and never fully came back. I noticed it in small moments. I'd open a book and read the same paragraph 4 times. I'd sit with friends and feel the itch to check my phone, even when nothing was happening on it. I'd start a task and feel restless before I even began, like my brain was already bored. The strange part was that I didn't feel sad. I felt flat. That's what scared me. So I didn't make a big announcement. I didn't delete every app. I just stopped scrolling. No feeds, no endless videos. Messages were fine. Music was fine. Maps were fine. But the thumb-driven, bottomless stuff, gone. I told myself I'd try it for a week. The first few days were uncomfortable in a quiet way. Waiting in line felt longer than it should. My hand reached for my phone without thinking. Sometimes I'd unlock it and just stare at the home screen, like I'd walked into a room and forgotten why. At night, the silence was louder. Without the glow of the screen, my thoughts showed up uninvited. Old conversations, half-formed worries, random memories. It felt messy. I almost went back just to drown it out. But I didn't. A week passed, then a month. Somewhere in the second month, something shifted. Time started to feel different, not slower, clearer. Mornings weren't immediately crowded by other people's voices. I could think a full thought before the day interrupted me. I'd drink coffee without checking anything, just sitting there, noticing the quiet hum of the room. I didn't suddenly become productive or peaceful. I still procrastinated. I still had bad days. But my mind stopped feeling like a crowded room with everyone talking at once. I started noticing how often scrolling had been filling tiny gaps I never let exist. The elevator ride, the walk to the store, the pause before sleep. Those gaps came back, and at first they felt empty. Then they started filling themselves. Ideas showed up in the shower. Not genius ideas, just honest ones. Thoughts about what I actually wanted to do with my time. Thoughts I'd been too distracted to hear. Around the 3rd month, I realized I was remembering things better. Conversations stuck. Movies lingered. I could sit through a slow scene without needing a second screen to survive it. My attention had weight again. Socially, something changed too. I wasn't constantly updated on everyone's life anymore. And that distance did something unexpected. It made real interactions feel sharper. When a friend told me something, it was new. When I laughed, it wasn't an echo of something I'd already seen online. I also noticed what scrolling had been doing to my emotions. I'd been borrowing feelings all day long. A burst of outrage here, a flash of envy there, a joke, then a tragedy, then an ad pretending to be both. My nervous system never knew what to do with that. Without it, my emotions became simpler, not easier, simpler. If I felt bad, it was usually about something real in my life. and that made it easier to deal with. By month 5, I stopped counting. Not because it became effortless, but because scrolling stopped feeling like a missing limb. It started feeling like a habit I'd outgrown. I had more patience, with people, with myself. I could wait for things. I could be bored without panicking. Boredom turned out to be a doorway, not a threat. The biggest change wasn't productivity or focus or creativity. It was presence. I was where I was. When I walked, I noticed streets I'd passed 100 times. When I ate, I actually tasted food. When I rested, I rested. No background noise, no comparison, no endless input telling me how to feel about my own life. 6 months in, nothing about me looked different from the outside. Same phone, same routines, same flaws. But inside, it felt like I'd reclaimed a room I didn't realize I'd rented out to strangers. I'm not telling you to stop scrolling. I'm not here to warn you or fix you. This isn't about discipline or self-improvement or being better than anyone else. This is just what happened when I gave my attention a chance to come home. And once it did, I realized something simple. Life doesn't need to be constantly interesting to be meaningful. It just needs you to be there when it's happening.